Region, where Hafiz Tijani is standing by to tell us how illegal mining activities have affected certain farmlands there.
Channel One news team visited the area to verify the concerns raised by residents about the activities of illegal miners. Upon arrival, it became evident that a once thriving rice farm had been completely destroyed by the mining operations.
If the stakeholders are not aware of what is going on, why shouldn't we, the youth, stood up and fight against what is going on? So that is the reason why we stood up and fight against it. And now this is what you see when they started. This is the beginning of the journey of the Galamsey.
I quite remember my grandma said, "Hey, Galamsey, yeah, baby, and I'm afraid maybe I'll be kidnapped or something like that." So even the fear alone that will be on the people, the farmers, is quite enough, and that alone can give us the strength and capability to stop the Galamsey from coming to this area.
Large portions of farmlands have been excavated in the search for gold, leaving behind deep pits, which farmers say pose serious risks to lives and property. In their quest to create access routes to mining sites, the illegal miners have also cleared and destroyed acres of cocoa farms without the consent of affected farmers.
It is going to cause a lot of problems. One, destruction of farmlands, then the loss of lives, because the pit, you can just imagine, if somebody falls in this pit, it will be very difficult for the person to come out.
The community has also expressed fears that the illegal mining activities could contaminate nearby rivers and streams relied upon for domestic use and irrigation. Speaking to journalists, the convener of the local youth group, Kobna Frimpong, declared Ashanti Pekyerekye a no-go area for all forms of illegal mining.
We would like to call on the municipal chief executive, the member of parliament, Nananom, the traditional leaders, His Excellency the President of the Republic. I would like to also call on the district police commander who came to arrest 2 people who actually sacked Galamseyers from our land, that it is in their interest to protect the lives and properties of this area. And we are going to declare war on anybody who will take us for granted and decide that they will come here to come and do Galamsey. They will never like it.
A once vibrant rice farm, also surrounded by maize and cocoa farms, has now been degraded by illegal miners. Residents of Pekyerekye are warning they will not allow any illegal mining activities in this area. They want authorities to intervene and stop anybody behind this distraction. Hafiz Tijani, Channel One News, Pekyerekye, Ashanti North District, Ashanti Region.
All right, let's go to Hafiz Tijani, Middle Belt Bureau Chief, for more insight on this conversation. Hello, Hafiz, how are you doing?
I'm well, I know. How are you too?
I'm very well, thank you. Happy Sunday.
Same to you, same to you and the team. Same to you and the team.
All right. This how do we pronounce it? Pekyerekye?
Pekyerekye.
Pekyerekye community. Yeah. And yes, they're rising against the threat of Galamsey. That's very interesting. Tell us more. What made them decide to do this?
Well, for them, the invasion of illegal miners in the area will only destroy their farmlands, destroy their water source, and also bring about criminal and other social vices within the community. And that will also result in their children dropping out of school to go and engage in illegal mining. And they say that will also be a threat to life, because when these illegal miners come to do the activities or do the operations and they don't cover up the pits, they will end up leaving the open pits, and children who, of course, sometimes go with their parents to their farms would eventually or end up falling into these uncovered pits. So these are some of the fears that have pushed the residents of Ashanti Pekyerekye to rise against the activities of illegal miners. So for them, it is so mind-boggling how the illegal miners were able to carry out this activity, because they have been very vigilant and farmers go to their farms. But others also believe that this might have been done deep in the night, because if you look at the community, the distance from the community to where this thing has happened, so when you are using a motorbike, vehicles are not able to go there. You use a motorbike to the place and you are spending about an hour to the place from the community. So when someone is there performing any activity, you don't hear of any sound of the excavator or any equipment used to do this mining or this illegal mining activity. So that is the worry for residents. But even before then, the illegal miners also have succeeded in destroying acres of cocoa farms. That's trying to make a pathway or to create a pathway to the site using their equipment so that they can easily transport these equipment or move them to the site. And this was not done with the consent of the farmers. Most of the farmers are now counting their losses. So for them, that has happened. They don't know who is behind this. They have also followed up to the assembly. They have followed up to the chiefs in the area. They have followed up to the assembly member and also the member of parliament for the area. And all of them are saying they don't know about this activity and they don't know that this has happened there. So for the residents, they want to put some vigilance there. If the authorities are failing them, they are not going to fail themselves. They are going to ensure that they stop whoever is coming to continue with this activity. But because the harm has been caused already, they want the assembly to, as a matter of urgency, come in and then cover the pits so that you don't have the threats being open to the farmers and also people who use that area to their farms and other villages.
Hafi, so you're saying that the residents can beat their chest and say that they have no hand in those Galamsey pits that they discovered?
Well, that is what they are saying. They say they woke up one day to see the devastation that was caused. And for the area, according to them, it has been the mainstay of inhabitants there has been farming. And most of the youth there are engaged in farming, either cocoa, cassava, and maize farming, and also rice farming. They don't engage in illegal mining, and that area is not known for illegal mining activity. So they don't know how the illegal miners have invaded the community, and they don't know who is leading or spearheading this effort, and they are only calling on the authorities to investigate this.
Hafiz, good morning. This is Kwaku David.
Good morning, Dave.
Yeah. Now, what's the closest town to Pekyerekye where that is very actively involved in illegal mining?
Okay, so when you look at the Ashanti North District, you don't have so much. You don't have illegal mining activities.
Oh, I see.
It's Ashanti South,
okay,
and also Central. That is Konongo. So Ashanti South is Jaso, and Ashanti Central is Konongo.
Okay.
So for Konongo, there's illegal mining there. For Jaso and some areas within the Ashanti South district, you have illegal mining there. But for Ashanti North, it's not so known for illegal mining activity. So issues that were coming up within this area was about herdsmen taking their cattle to graze on maize farms and cassava farms and destroying them. And that has come down a bit. And this area is predominantly farming community. So within the Ashanti North District, you are having cassava, you are having rice, you are having tomato, you are having onion. So these are some of the crops they produce, and plantain, mostly plantain. So you don't find illegal mining activities being so rife like compared to the Konongo and Joasu areas.
Okay. And as far as the community are concerned, to what extent are they willing to go to prevent these illegal miners from taking over their farmlands?
Well, for them, they will only count on authorities, so the police and also the regulatory authorities, talk of the EPA and the Minerals Commission.
Yes.
So if none of them is acting, then they would have to stop whoever is coming to do illegal mining. So there was an incident, we are told, that some of the guys tried stopping some of the illegal miners, and some of the alleged illegal miners went to report the incident to the police, complaining that some of their equipment were targeted, and the police came in the town and then picked up some 2 people. So the residents are also saying that they are almost losing that trust and confidence in the police, because if the police is the one who is supposed to be protecting the environment or help protect the environment, and it's now turning around to arrest people who are fighting against this, then they don't know what to do. So they will only go ahead and then ensure that they stop these activities if the authorities are not acting.
Right, Hafiz, I think you mentioned that the community are calling on government and their chiefs. I don't know if you had the chance to speak to the chief of that town, because I don't imagine that someone would just enter a town and start mining there without any traditional or leader's authority. If you were able to speak to the chief, what did he say, and what is he saying about the request from his community?
Well, so we have not been able to get in touch with the traditional authorities. Even with the assembly, we tried reaching them. It has not been successful yet. We have not spoken with the chief or any traditional authority. But what the residents are saying is that after they discovered the damage that was caused, they reached out to the traditional authorities and also the assembly. Then they also spoke with their member of parliament, and all of them are saying they don't know about this incident. That was the first time they were hearing such an incident. But they said there was some pledge from the assembly to investigate and also follow up on the matter. But we have not heard about the effort being made by the assembly yet.
How far is the Pekyerekye community from Kumasi, the capital of the Ashanti region?
Well, so it's about 2.5 hours drive. So from Kumasi, you are heading towards the Ejisu area. Then you go through Konongo. Then from Konongo, you go through Agogo. Then from Agogo, then you proceed. So when you get to an area called Joansa before you get to the Agogo township itself. That is the district capital. Then there's a branch road there. Then you go through that road to Pekyerekye.
And there's only one entrance into the community, because honestly, I find it hard to believe that, because this is not, I mean, looking at the extent of the pit, it looks as if it was dug by a machine, no?
Yes, it was done with an excavator. So it's not only one entrance. So that is one when you are using the Kumasi route from Ejisu, then you go through Konongo to Joansa to Pekyerekye. You can also use Efijase. So you go to Jabin, you go to Efijase,
Okay.
then you go through other villages before you get to Pekyerekye. So because the road is not so good, that is why people prefer to use they prefer to use the Kumasi route to the place because that is that road is very good, and the other side of the area where you have to use the Efijasi area, that area is not so good.
Right. I just find it difficult that nobody heard the movement of such heavy equipment through their community, even if they were working at night. I mean, at least you'd hear something. Or is it that far from the village itself?
Yeah, so where this incident happened is you find only farmlands there. You don't have settlements. So even if you have hamlets, so just one person going to set up their community or their house there, and the farmers, these are cocoa farmers who just set up some hamlets within those areas, but it's not so open like you find people settling there. Just individuals who have settled within the areas.
Okay, so Hafiz, off the back of that question, I'm looking at the area, and it looks quite highly forested, even though there are farmlands in there as well. When you look at what has happened to the Pekyerekye farmland at the moment, does it look as though the Galamseyers were attempting to touch other areas apart from the one we see in the report?
Okay, so according to the residents, when they discovered this, they said that because the illegal miners have gone to do this, maybe they have found some prospects or they have done some prospecting to know that that area has a lot of gold. That is why they have gone ahead to do the excavation. So their fear is that they might continue with their activities if they are not stopped. So they just destroy the rice farm, and they'll be extending it to other cocoa farms and other maize farms and cassava farms, and also plantain the plantation there. So for them, the illegal miners have found something there. That's why they have gone ahead to do what they have done. So if they are not stopped, they believe that the illegal miners will come in their numbers and then take over the community.
Hafiz, give us a general overview of the fight against illegal mining in the Ashanti region as at now, if you have that information.
Well, so I would say it's in two folds. So the Forestry Commission is doing its part, trying to protect the forest. So when you go to the Offense Shelter Belt, where the minister was recently there and then disclosed that the government has been able to secure that. So that area was destroyed by activities of illegal miners. And when you go to the Minehi, Kawie, you go to the Ntroboso areas within the Atuma Mponia district, you find that the Offin River is a target. Illegal miners have taken over these activities or these river bodies, and they are destroying them. And then we have a task force from the concerned small-scale miners who say they are also doing some of their operations to complement the efforts of NIMOS. You know, the government has assigned NIMOS as a recognized body to spearhead the fight against illegal mining. So they say they are also targeting the offense areas to stop illegal miners from destroying or polluting the water source there. So when you go to the Amansia areas, the illegal mining activity is still going on. NIMOS was in the region for recently, and they succeeded in clamping down on the activities of illegal miners. But for most of the areas, they are hard to reach areas. So when the military or the task force go there and they leave, the next day you find them there. So for now, you find some of the communities, because of the education and the sensitization, they are resisting against the activities of illegal miners. But you find also that other community members are deeply involved in the issue, and most community members are not able to talk about it for fear of being attacked. But you find in some areas that you have foreigners, or let me say strangers, who are coming into these communities. They are not indigenous of these communities. Yeah. They are being brought in by indigenous within the communities who would not want to be the face of the activity, but will bring some people in there to do the work because they know the area. So they show them the way to do the activity. Generally, I would say it has not been very encouraging when you talk about the fight against illegal mining within the Ashanti region. It has not been very encouraging because the government and the security forces have a lot to do.
All right, thank you so much, Hafiz. Thank you. We appreciate your report. We appreciate the thoughts you shared with us on this matter that's happening in Pekyerekye. Now, again, in Pekyerekye, we have the convener of the youth group, Ashanti Region Pekyerekye. That's Kobina Frempong. Mr. Frempong, good morning. Hello.
Good morning, my brother. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Welcome to Sunday Breakfast.
Thank you very much for having me this morning.
Yeah. So, talk to us about the plans you have in place as a youth group to prevent the Galamseyers from going ahead to expand their work and what it is they've started.
Thank you very much. Let me extend my regards to everyone that is watching us this morning and to the senior youth of Ashanti Region Pekyerekye Youth Association and everybody back home who is supporting us against the fight against the illegal miners. As a matter of fact, apart from the press conference that we have done, we submitted a formal petition to the chief of Pekyerekye and all the opinion leaders. And we are also planning of submitting another petition to the Omahene of Domi and to His Royal Majesty Utufu Osetutu and to all the security forces. What really transpired this week was that when the illegal miners came to our village and then we sacked them from the village, we were there when two of our boys were arrested by the Agogo police. Oh, wow. Two of our boys who stopped the illegal miners from encroaching our lands were arrested by Agogo police. Wow. They opened a case against them. Actually, we made sure that they had a bill, and then we were engaging them along the way. So after the press conference and the nature at which the press conference went, we were there when the municipal police commander, which the Agogo command operates under them, which is Konongo, the prosecutor there called us within the week to meet up on the case. That they've taken the case from Agogo and is with them now. And as such, they are discontinuing the case. And as a matter of fact, Agogo police should escort the illegal miner to come and cover the lands. Actually, we had written a formal letter which will be submitted to the DCE to come and cover all the pits or the holes that were created by the illegal miners. But according to the police command of Konongo, the police in Agogo, the assembly member, and we, the youth group, should be there so that the guy will come and cover our lands which have been destroyed. And actually, we told them that for the guy coming back, we don't support it. We want the district, the DC to bring the drift machine to come and cover it. We don't just want any illegal miner on our land, because in Pekyerekye we feed on only farming, and it's farming that we do. If our lands are destroyed, where are we going to do this farming? Where are we going to take care of our wives? Where are we going to take care of our family members and everyone? And as such, we don't want him to even come and cover anything. We want the DCE to come and do it, because they have a drift machine there to come and do it. So we are putting all measures. And actually, this is not the first time that illegal miners tried to invade. In 2021, illegal miners came there. We fought them fiercely and we sacked them from the land. And they came again in 2022. We did the same. And so this is the third time that this guy just came at dawn to come and cause all this havoc. And as such, we sacked them. And we are ready to, with our last pint of blood, to defend our land against illegal miners. We will not allow anybody to come and destroy the lands that our forefathers left for us. That we must leave for our future generation yet unborn. We don't want our future generation to be disappointed in us that the lands that were left in our care, we couldn't take care of it. And we will resist any attempt. Just like the petition that we submitted, any local chief that we find that you have a hand in some of these activities, we will report you officially to His Majesty Utumpo Setutu. And again, if an assembly member, an opinion leader, you are found to be part, they will not like the consequences that will come, and will not allow them. So we are putting every measure to make sure that the illegal mining does not take place in Ashanti Region.
Now, just to wrap it up for us, to what extent are you willing to go? Because sometimes in different parts of the country, we've noticed and seen and experienced, it's been in the news, Naimos, for example, who are dealing with the Galamseyers in different places, have been attacked by Galamseyers who are weaponized. So apart from what you're doing so far, the advocacy and all of those things, how far are you willing to go?
The truth is that if you allow them to enter into your land and then they start their operations, that is when it becomes very difficult to fight them.
Okay.
So first and foremost, what you need to do is that you prevent them from coming.
Okay.
And that is what we are doing. We will not allow them to come. You know, they are weaponized, they have ammunition, they have everything, but we will not allow them to enter the land. If you allow them to start their operation, that is when you find it very, very difficult. And you see, government should actually be worried when the Ashanti land, you know, the Konongo areas are already under Galamsey activity.
Yes.
Now, when you come to the Amantana, the Pekyerekye, and then the Agugu areas, these are the areas that is feeding Ghana now. You remember when foodstuff became so expensive in Ghana that the Minister of Agric had to bring plantains from the hinterlands to Accra to come and sell. All these plantains that came from these areas, from the Ashanti North areas. And as such, it will be in the interest of government to make sure that these illegal miners are not entertained in these areas, because if the lands are destroyed, now these farms, when hunger is coming, who is going to do this plantation farming and all other farms to bring food from the hinterlands to Accra to feed Ghanaians? So it will also be, it's not only the fight of we the youth in Ashanti or Amantanaman or Agogo, but it should be a national worry, because when our farmlands are destroyed, we cannot plant our plantain, our cocoyam, and anything, all these foodstuffs. There is no way it can come from the village to the cities to feed those in Accra, Kumasi, and other areas. So we are also calling, we are happy with how the Agogo Police Command handled the issue as against the Konongo Police Command handled the issue as against what the Agogo people did. And as such, we have confidence in them. We hope that they will always be there to support the fight against the illegal miners. And we are calling on the IG, the NIMOS, and everyone that is against the fight against illegal miners to make sure that these lands in Ashanti Region are protected for Mother Ghana. Otherwise, one day, hunger will strike and there will be no food to feed ourselves.
Mr. Frimpong, I think my final question to you would be, are there any timelines for these petitions that you've submitted? And I mean timelines for when you want the pit to be covered?
We actually gave them first week of, we wanted it to be done by first week of January. So by that time, the pits should be covered. And we'll be happy with it. If the pits are not covered, then we'll roll in our next line of action or plan that we have. We know, because it's plans, I can't share.
Okay.
We have to keep it to our chest so that we'll roll that one also out.
Right.
But we are counting on the district chief executive to bring the drip machine to come and do it. And we are ready to cooperate with anyone that is ready to support us cover the pit. We don't want there's the Galamsey there. If you're able to do it, we'll be happy. If not, then we'll reactivate the next plan of action.
Mr. Kwabena from Pong, thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you also for having me. I'm grateful.
You're grateful.